So I think we're going to move to Councillor Boden now to sum up. Thank you, Councillor Boden.
Thank you very much indeed, Chair. Well, I did wait more in hope than in expectation for anyone from the Liberal Democrats or from Labour to explain just how the current democratic deficit can be addressed. And with the exception of the extremely helpful contribution from Councillor Beckett earlier, which we'll come back to, we heard nothing at all. In fact, what we got was an astonishing amount of obfuscation from the Labour and Liberal Democrat administration. But I have to warn members, the people are not stupid. They know what's going on. They can read between the lines. They understand the weasel words. They understand the truth. Now, we heard comments such as that democracy is imperfect. It's too complicated for ordinary people to understand, so we won't bother giving you a vote. We heard that we have a representative democracy. Well, my answer to that is start representing the people whom you're meant to represent. I think, Chair, you should give an award to Councillor Gay for inventiveness, because how astonishing. He comes up with a statement made after the election, and he read it out at some length, starting off with saying, we will engage in modal change. Didn't mention charging once.
Councillor Gay.
Thank you very much indeed. All the better. It started off by saying engage in modal change. Didn't mention charging once, but somehow the residents were meant to understand from engaging in modal change that what people were voting for by voting Labour was they were voting for a congestion charge. It's absolute inventiveness. It's just nonsense. But Chair, please consider giving an award to Councillor Gay for that one. Now, Councillor Beckett was really helpful. Now, I fear, as has been said before, that this motion is going to fail and we won't get our referendum because the Labour Party and the Liberal Democrats will be whipped solidly against it. And that's a great shame. But Councillor Beckett did make it quite clear that there are elections taking place before the charge comes in 2028, and that is your only chance as residents of Cambridgeshire to have a democratic say. So I'd encourage people to do so. One thing I would not encourage people to do, who oppose the congestion charge, is to make physical threats against individuals who are councillors. That's counterproductive, it doesn't help the argument, and it also dissuades people from actually listening to the very strong argument that there is against a congestion charge. What I would encourage you to do is to give a clear political message to the Labour Party and to the Liberal Democrats. Councillor Beckett made it clear, we've got those elections before the charge comes in. So on May the 4th, in Cambridge City, in East Cambridgeshire and in Fenland, if you feel strongly about this issue, vote for candidates who are not from the Liberal Democratic Party, vote for candidates who are not from the Labour Party, boycott them and send them a clear message. They've already got the message from the last two district council by-elections that have been.
Councillor Boden, can you stick to the motion and not electioneer in this chamber? I think that's not acceptable. So please limit your comments to the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. My comments are about having a referendum and what the alternatives are if we're not going to be given a referendum. And the only other voice, if they don't get a referendum that the members of the public have, is how they will vote in elections. Now, I personally would prefer them to have their voice through a referendum. That's what I'm advocating. But if that is denied them by members here today, then we've seen in the last couple of months, in those two local elections in district councils, just how scared the administration has been, and we've heard that in their voices today. So you, members of the public, hearing this on YouTube, listening here in this building, you understand that you have a voice here. You have an opportunity to have a say, and if we don't get that referendum today, and I don't think we will, then you have a chance to say something about it on May the 4th. So I would ask then, Chair, that members do vote in favour of a referendum now. And once again, I will call for a recorded vote to take place so that it will be on the public record which members of this council are willing to give a voice to the people and which members of this council believe that it's better for the people to have their say in the local elections coming up to make sure that the Labour Party and the Liberal Democrats get the message that way. Thank you, Chair.